Welcome to the Spooky Scary Show. We are two friends in two different states who discuss all things spooky, scary, and just downright strange. We read news stories every week. If you would like to suggest a topic or submit a paranormal story, email us at spookyscaryshow@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for spooky facts and updates.
Hiya, ghosties! It's the end of the month, and that means it's time for
Haunted Headlines.
Welcome to our news segment, where we let loose and talk about funny and spooky headlines.
With adult beverages and adult sentence enhancers. Can you tell? We've already had a few.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
Oh man. The month of September just flew right the fuck by.
Literally, it did.
Don't you pick up that microphone. You calm down.
Don't you touch anything. Okay, before we get a little too wild. Okay, guys, let me be honest with you, alright? I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so we actually had to record 2 stories in one night, and generally, at the end of one story, we are pretty toasty and fine. But why are we recording 2 stories in one night, you might ask? Well, Dolly has to get her wisdom teeth pulled out next Friday, so F in the chat for Dolly.
Sympathy. When do you have to do that?
Next Friday at... It's so funny. So they told me I needed to fast, so I'm like, okay, I can't not go without coffee, so you guys are gonna have to get me in here as soon as possible. But I could have, slept in, but no. I'm going in at 7:30 as soon as they open.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
That's messed up that you can't eat.
Yeah, I have to fast for it because they're putting me under.
You can't eat the night before?
I forgot how many hours I have to wait. I think I have to be... I can eat, when I get home, around 5:30, 6 o'clock. But then, when I wake up and go,
after,
I can't...
10 p.m., huh?
Yeah, something. Never been put under, so I'm quite nervous.
You need to go get a bunch of soft food like Jell-O and soup and ice cream.
Yeah, Charlie, he's basically a raw vegan. He just lives off of smoothies and he'll eat a whole watermelon. He's totally amped and ready for this. He's like, I get to make you my smoothies. And I'm like, no, I need mashed potatoes. I need some miso soup. I'm like, I need salt.
I made Jonathan a lot of smoothies when he got his teeth pulled.
Yeah.
And a lot of soup.
But he wasn't put under, was he?
No.
He was awake.
Yeah. He's rugged.
Yeah. Anyways, so how was the school bus? I guess it's not a route, but waiting in line for the children to come into your open and loving arms?
Yeah, so, at the end of the day, I do the bus lines. I hold a numbered sign, and then the kids come out and line up, and I had gotten my kids on the bus, and then after that, I patrol the rest of the bus lines, and there was these 2 kids that are brothers that were just, wrestling and choking each other out.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I was like, hands to self.
Yeah.
Well, the one kid that was next to the brothers was like, they're brothers, they're brothers. The 2 kids were like,
mean nothing.
They're brothers. Yeah, right? So I was like, I heard you the first time and I don't care. And he was like, you're rude.
No.
I know. Oh my God. He caught me with that as I was walking away and he was getting onto the bus. Otherwise, he probably would have gotten quite the earful.
You can't be choking each other out, but they're brothers. I don't give a shit. If your mom calls the school and complains, guess what? Well, I'm not gonna be happy.
It wasn't even the brother. It was like some random kid that thought he'd just like interject. Well, kid, I think you're pretty frickin' rude.
You know what? I think that kid is made for the internet.
Or not.
Oh, my God. I could never be that ballsy as a kid to be like, wow, you're rude. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared.
Right. I'm getting yelled at by a teacher.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Yeah. But you know what I blame? Is those damn video games. Because everybody's like, you're a fudging kitty cat. And fluff you. And cocker spaniel. You know, the language they use these days.
What?
I'm trying not to get us demonetized.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, God. I hope you guys are ready for a bumpy ride tonight.
So, we're going to be talking about some stuff that went down in the month of September, even though it is currently October 4th. We had this idea a little bit late.
Yeah, okay. I think most of mine happened in September. I did not double check. I'm pretty sure it happened in September. Let's go with that.
One of mine didn't happen in September. It happened in August, but it's okay.
We won't tell the ghosties. It's okay. Okay.
Anyway.
You go first.
I'm going to start off with a not-so-happy haunted headline. So, we lost the great Sid Haig. He plays one of my favorite characters in one of my favorite movies. Favorite 2 movies, actually. Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. Yeah, and most recently, Three from Hell.
Yes, he's been all over, like, social media and everything. And you're the one who actually introduced me to Captain Spaulding and House of a Thousand Corpses and everything. So I was like,
I love him so much.
I know. Do we know how he... Is that rude for me to ask?
No, here, I'll read it. In early September 2019, Haig was hospitalized after falling at his home in Los Angeles. While recovering, he suffered from a lung infection after vomiting in his sleep. He died on September 21st, 2019 from complications of the infection at the age of 80.
My heart.
Rest easy, Captain.
Man, he's a legend. He's like down in like the horror movie like legend guy. His character was so funny, and it's like a clown, you know.
Tutti fucking fruity.
Tutti fucking fruity. I mean, you kids are wildin', sir, but you know, at least in the Devil's Rejects.
Right? So I haven't seen Three from Hell yet. Have you, Dolly?
I have not.
Pretty stoked. But they all got fucking shot to death at the end of the last movie. I don't know how they're coming back.
Oh, wait, they're coming back?
Yeah, the new movie just came out on 4K Blu-ray Ultra HD. It came out on September 30th.
Dang. Yeah, no, they should have just died gloriously, cruising, you know?
I think so. Out in a blaze of glory to Leonard Skinner. That's definitely the way you want to go.
Yeah. But are they like undead? Is that their whole shtick? Because there's no way you could like face like a wall of fucking ammo and then be like, nope, we're fine.
I don't know anything about it, honestly. I don't really watch movies anymore, but I'll have to look into it.
Same. Okay. So my story, it's completely random, but I found this on a UK website. So this is for all of our United Kingdom friends, which leaves me with a lot of questions. So let's get into it. So the headline is, Walker's Brussels sprouts chips are back following requests all year round.
Ew.
I know. If you've been requesting Brussels sprouts chips, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. This is From the headline, this is not me. Walker's highly divisive Brussels sprouts chips are hitting the shelves again in the blatant attempt to return Christmas. The crisp giant announced the return after claiming they have received requests all year round from fans who were desperately searching to get their hands on a pack outside of the festive season.
Ugh.
So Brussels sprouts? That's what you guys look for in a chip, my friends?
That's terrible. Brussels sprouts isn't even what I look for in a vegetable.
Let alone a potato chip. Oh, it gets better, though.
Way to ruin a potato, UK. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I'm not. So while we can't understand why any more would want to eat anything tasting remotely like those green horrors, this will be music to some people's ears. And I did not realize how savage this might be, but this is not me. The good news is they'll be paired with some more acceptable Christmas flavors. Are you ready for these Christmas flavors, Pinky?
No.
Oh, well, here it comes. Pigs in a blanket and turkey and stuffing. So it's well worth picking up the selection pack. Tweets to blame for Crisp's return include one from February, which reads, and I quote, "Had some of your sprout-flavored chips today, and they were sensational. Is there still a chance of buying any anywhere?" Another from May demanded, "Can we have sprout-flavored chips back ASAP?" Thankfully, there will be so. Sprouts Haters multi-pack, which includes glazed ham, cheese and cranberry,
What the fuck?
and turkey and stuffing. So, I guess this kind of puts us in our place, because having sold 15 million packs last year, you definitely won't be short of finding someone willing to take the Sprouts bag off your hands. And then both selection bags will cost about £1 and 65 cents and include 2 of each flavor.
That's horrible.
What the fuck? Cheese and okay, what kind of cheese? Because if it's like brie and cranberry, where it's like, creamy, I could see that. But if it's like cheddar and cranberry, that's gross.
It's a chip. A cranberry freaking chip?
With cheese.
Hell no. Get the fuck out of here.
I know. I wonder, UK friends, do we have any chips that are utterly disgusting to you guys? I would like to know. Not saying these are utterly disgusting, but anything that might
utterly... I'm saying they're utterly disgusting. I'm offended.
Pinky feels personally attacked.
Ugh. I do like sea salt and vinegar.
Those are really good. I like those, but they give me a tummy ache.
They hurt my mouth. Like, I get these little bumps in my mouth, these little sores in my mouth.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus. Maybe you're allergic.
Maybe. It could also be just like vinegar, super corrosive to the mouth. Lay's just came out with these ones that are kind of weird, but they're really good. They're queso Lay's. They're kind of like the sour cream and cheese Lay's, you know those?
Yeah.
Except they're super flavorful and a little bit spicy.
Ooh. New Lay's queso.
Oh no, they're not Lay's, they're Ruffles.
Ruffles are so fudging good.
Yeah, just queso. Queso Ruffles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ruffles queso. Oh, I used to eat those a ton as a kid.
The queso ones? I thought they were new.
No, not the green bag, like kind of green and blue bag. I've had these before.
Oh.
Anywho, what's your story, Pinky?
My next story is about Halloween trees.
Ooh.
So, not really a story, kind of just like thought vomit. I discovered that Halloween trees are a thing, and I could not be happier. Yeah, so if you Google Halloween trees, you'll see purple trees with Ouija boards and skulls and bats, and this is just so extra, and I'm here for it.
So describe it. What's a Halloween tree? What can I expect?
Purple trees with Ouija boards and skulls and orange bats.
So it's basically like a Christmas tree that's like catered towards Halloween.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes, that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I googled it.
There's Jack Skellington ones and ones that are more fall themed.
Ooh, I aspire to be that extra housewife. So that
Me
way...
too. I haven't even decorated for fall yet.
Really? My house is spooky scary, and then my office is spooky scary because my office mate did not want to decorate, and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. But she's more into Christmas, and I'm like, oh no, Halloween.
Yes. Jonathan's not really into Halloween either.
Same with Charlie, but I'm like, you ain't got no choice.
Well, shit. We could break out the Christmas tree and decorate it as a Halloween tree.
Yeah.
And then it could turn into a fall tree, and then we could have the motherfucker up most of the year.
All year. You could do like a 4th of July tree.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Oh, no, I'm looking at a tree, and you know those little candy corn candies that people like hate, but I love?
I love candy corn.
They're so good. There's a Christmas tree colored like a candy corn.
I'm looking at the one too.
Oh,
and it's got little like Beetlejuice pumpkins.
yes. Oh my god. I love it so much. This is the bestest thing ever.
Right? There's this one, and it's got like this teal, blue, purple, green theme, and it's got a spider web tree skirt. Gosh, this is so pretty.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I see that one.
Just beautiful.
Little devil pillow. So guys, I hope you wanted to listen to us Pinterest.
Right. Sorry, guys.
But no, these are like super sick. I love them.
All right. Next story.
Meme review. PewDiePie, you the best. Okay. Okay, Pinky, I picked this one because I knew you are gonna laugh a lot.
Oh,
okay.
man. No pressure.
So this actually happened in Michigan. So it's my second story in Michigan. Anyways, Michigan drivers shocked when a billboard displays porn for 20 minutes.
Oh, God.
So first of all, I have questions.
That's a long time.
Who's that guy who's just like, oh shit, there's porn, and then they like pull over, they pull out their phone, and they're like, news reporters come, and they're like, oh yeah, this has been on for 20 minutes.
Everybody's just like pulled over. Inappropriate.
Inappropriate content. Explicit. So this little article from the HuffPost says, police say a hacker may have been responsible for the explicit sex scenes shown to drivers on Saturday night. Sex scenes. An electric billboard near Auburn Hills, Michigan, aroused a lot of attention Saturday night.
Aroused.
After it started playing a porn video. Those kids and their darn porn videos. Police said they received numerous calls about the graphic images on the billboards, which is located on the I-75 and M59 interchange, according to the Detroit Free Press. You know this is serious when they bring in a doctor, right? So, Dr. Justin Camo, one of the drivers who saw the sex-laden videos, told WXYZ TV he nearly got into an accident because he couldn't believe what he was seeing.
Right. He was so appalled.
He was just shooketh to the core. I came across a billboard, and it was something unusual. I saw 2 girls.
One cup.
Lesbian porn. Who talks like that? And then the driver, Chuck McMahon, told Detroit station WDIV that he thought at first the video was a intentional ad for something like a strip club.
Oh, God.
Then he realized what it really was. And I quote, I was just looking up at it, and I was like, huh, oh wow, that's porn! Auburn Hills Police Lieutenant Ryan told the Free Press the explicit videos were on screen for about 20 minutes. And then the article is like, here's a video of what it looked like, but it was all blurred out. Although a site like this could definitely lead to distracted driving, Gagnon told the Free Press there were no reports of accidents caused by drivers taking their eyes off the road to look at the baldy billboard.
Oh my God.
Police said they hope to release more information Monday on how the video got on screen. They said it's possible a hacker got into the billboard system.
That's so great. Oh, I love it. Okay, so my turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Storm Area 51 to clap alien cheeks. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Storm Area 51 event, but it was pretty anticlimactic in my opinion.
Oh no!
Do you know what I'm talking about? The event on Facebook?
It's like alien stock or something.
Well, originally it was Storm Area 51, and over 1 million people said that they were going or interested.
Me.
I
said I was going and I didn't. I'm sorry.
I said I was interested for not getting killed by the government reasons. So it started as a joke on Facebook by California college student Maddie Roberts. Over 1 million people expressed interest in the event. Roberts ended up backing out, probably because he was threatened by the government, in my opinion. Less than 200 people showed up to the United States Air Force facility located within the Nevada Test and Training Range. Most of those left peacefully after heated warnings from police, although authorities said 2 people were arrested at the perimeter of the remote facility in Nevada.
Oh, snap.
It was a far cry from the millions who signed up to Storm Area 51, a joke event which suggested attendees all meet up to see them aliens at the base, which conspiracy theorists claim holds evidence of extraterrestrials. The event page was later shut down following condemnation from American authorities and locals who feared a disaster if a huge crowd descended on the harsh desert area where internet, phone, and credit card facilities are scarce. But the investigation nonetheless spawned alien-themed festivals in the tiny Nevada towns of Rachel and Hico nearest the military site. And we even got little Bud Light green alien bottles out of it, so I would really like one of those, please.
Yeah. It's like everybody was there and like having like a fun time, but then there was like a meme of like a 14-year-old kid who like literally stood right behind like the gates. Because there's like, you know, like the little... What is that? Like the gate that raises for cars to go through?
Like a drawbridge?
Yeah, like a little... Yeah, kind of like that.
Not quite.
Anyways.
Like a toll bridge, maybe.
Yeah, a little 14-year-old stood behind there for a picture, but obviously it still said, like, no trespassing, and I don't know if that kid was, like, arrested, but that's what the internet made it seem like, was, like, she was, like, arrested or something.
It said 2 people were arrested. I don't know.
Yeah. She was probably one of those and then, like, another person. But, like, the alien stock... I mean, the stock sounded really cool because there was, like, a lot of local bands and there was, like, food trucks and stuff like that. Like, that sounds really fun. I would like to go.
I guess it didn't turn out that great, though.
Oh, yeah. It was all, like, locals.
Yeah, like, 6,000 people showed up, but they didn't really plan their money management super well or the event super well, and it just wasn't as cool as they thought it was going to be.
Oh, no.
Still sounds like a lot of fun to me. I wouldn't mind going for sure.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I'd like to go. I mean, if it was like a little bit more eventful than just chilling there with campers or something, but a lot of people are like, well, if you were a local and you went, that doesn't count.
Yeah. I read that there was only 52 people in that town, and they weren't super happy about the influx of visitors.
Oh, yikes.
I guess that town doesn't even have a gas station super close, and it's the only town within 162 miles of other things, so pretty rural.
Oh, snap.
I also read that they wanted to keep the alien stock name, but instead, move the party to Vegas, where they have more facilities.
There you go. I don't know, but you can kind of keep, a small little town like Boomin', give them, a lot of business, but I understand if they're not equipped for that amount of people, it could be really, really overwhelming.
Yeah. They were able to declare a state of emergency sort of and get facilities from other states to come and help them out with porta potties and stuff like that.
These darn kids, these darn millennials.
Goddamn millennials. Get a job.
Good for nothing. When I was your age, I owned 2 houses and all of my cars were paid off. Talking about the dream. Anyways, so this one, it's a little bit more on the, not murder, but missing persons. So the headline is Florida, so good old Florida. Florida man discovers decades-old dead body using Google Earth. A satellite image revealed the submerged car of a man who drove to his death 22 years ago.
Oh, God.
Google Earth recently provided a gruesome conclusion to the mystery of a man who disappeared 22 years ago. His skeletal remains were found inside a car that spent the past 2 decades underwater in a pond behind a home in Wellington, Florida. A former resident of the suburban neighborhood was using Google Earth to scan the area where he used to live when he spotted what appeared to be a submerged vehicle. Representatives with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office said in a statement posted to Facebook on September 12th. The Google Earth user then contacted the current owner of the home, who flew a camera tolling drone over the pond to take a closer look at the sunken object. He confirmed that there was indeed a car in his pond, and he reached out to the local sheriff's office. When the police removed the car from the water and opened it up, skeletal remains were found inside, according to the statement. The car, still visible on Google Maps, was founded in a retention pond, an artificial body of water built to store runoff from heavy rains. Thick calcium deposits coated the exterior of the car, a white 1994 Saturn SL, hinting that it had spent a long time in water. Experts with the medical examiner office examined the bones, and on September 10th, they identified the remains as William Molt. Molt was 40 years old when he was declared missing on November 8th, 1997. He had phoned his girlfriend around 9:30 p.m. that night and was last seen leaving a local bar at 11 p.m. A missing persons website described Molt as having brown eyes, standing 6 feet, 2 meters tall, and weighing about 225 pounds. And that's 102 kilograms. According to the Sun Sentinel, At the time of Molt's disappearance, the development was still under construction, but the circumstances that led to the man in his car ending up in the pond remain unknown.
That's crazy.
So he was driving home drunk from a bar, most likely, and somehow fell into there and got knocked out.
Yikes.
Which kind of like bringing us back to our last episode with the missing people.
Mm-hmm.
Where that teen, he just like disappeared, and it's like, where the fluff do you go?
Yeah. He could be at the bottom of some river somewhere and no one would ever know.
Yeah. Which is crazy because this guy was like literally in people's backyards for like 20 years and nobody like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, and you see the car on Google Maps. I wonder
Mm-hmm.
how it got to the edge of the water there.
I think he probably just like fell it, like just drove. I don't know.
I wonder what made it visible. Like, how come nobody found it before?
True. All these years, but like...
The car is bright freaking yellow.
Know. I don't think people really even like pay attention because he kind of looks like he's like right on the border of like there's like a black abyss and then the car and then it kind of gets shallow, so he's like on the cusp of like, I don't know, maybe the sun was just hitting right.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it is like a tiny little speck of yellow and who knows exactly what that is. I was thinking, what if the water levels changed? What if they were higher at some point and they've receded over time?
Okay, yeah, probably that.
Insane.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Alrighty.
Are you ready for my last story?
Yeah.
Okay. Doctors extract 526 teeth from boy.
Ew. What?
Indian doctors removed a tumor with a record number of 526 teeth inside a 7-year-old boy's mouth, the medical team in the southern city of Chennai said on Friday. The 200-gram, 7-ounce growth was lodged in the boy's lower right jaw, said Senthil Nathan P., a doctor at Savitha Dental College and Hospital, where the operation was performed.
Dang.
He had come to us complaining about a swelling in his jaw, Senthil Nathan told Reuters, saying the boy had a history of swelling since he was 3.
Dang.
Yeah. It was a benign tumor, which we removed and found that it was embedded with hundreds of unerupted teeth, he added of the operation last month, saying Indian doctors believe the number of teeth was a global medical record.
What?
Yeah.
Ew. I mean, not as a sense of like that's gross, but more of like an ouchie, like ah.
That's a lot of freaking teeth.
Yes, and to be in like a tumor, like confined to what? Is that just like calcium?
A tumor with unerupted teeth is typically a genetic condition that can also be, in some cases, caused by external factors, such as trauma to a tooth, the doctor said. The boy recovered very well and got discharged in 3 days.
Dang, that's crazy.
Spooky, scary?
That is very spooky, scary. I hate it.
That's so gross. I kind of want to see. I think there's a picture if you Google it.
I think I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen something like that before. It's like,
Ugh, yeah, nasty. Alright, go ahead and read your last story. I'm ready.
So, my story kind of goes with the last episode that we did with the spooky, scary ships. So a man discovers 50-year-old message in a bottle on Alaskan beach. A man gathering firewood on the shores of western Alaska found a perfectly pristine 50-year-old message in a bottle from a Cold War Russian sailor. Tyler Ivanov found the written letter near Shishmirf, about 600 miles northwest of Anchorage. And I quote, "I was looking for firewood. When I found the bottle, I had to use a screwdriver to get the message out." Ivanov shared his discovery on Facebook, where Russian speakers translated the message to be a greeting dated June 20th, 1969. The message said, "Sincere greetings from the Russian Far East Fleet Mothership VRXF Solvak. I greet you who finds the bottle and respect that you respond to the address." I apologize if we have any Russian friends out there. Voldovsk 43 BRXF Solvak to the whole crew. We wish you good health and long years of life and happy sailing. June 20th, 1969. Reporters from the state-owned Russian media network, Russia One, tracked down the original writer, Captain Anatoly Prokofyevich Boskyantenko. He was skeptical when he wrote the note until he saw his signature on the bottom. "There! Exactly!" he exclaimed. The message was sent while the then 36-year-old aboard the Salt Botsenko said he shed tears when the Russian television reporter told him the Sulk was sold for scrap metal in the 1990s. So the captain was actually cried when he found out that that ship was for scrap metal. That's so sad. The captain also showed the reporter some souvenirs from his time on the ship, including the autograph of the wife of famous Russian spy and Japanese liquor bottles, the latter kept over his wife's protests.
Well, that's cool.
Isn't that cute? He found a bottle, and then the guy cried. He's like, "Oh, I was on that ship. It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times.
It was the worst."
Message in a bottle.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Love me the right way, honey.
That's not where I was going with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that shit show.
I was literally just gonna say that. That was pretty fun, just to kind of, talk a little, let loose, have fun a little bit.
So, at the end of this month, October, hopefully before the month is over, we will be recording another
Haunted Headlines.
And that wraps up the Spooky Scary Show. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please show your support by liking the cast or by following us. We are an independent podcast with big dreams, so if you would like to support us, check out our Patreon page at Spooky Scary Show. Also, join in on the conversation. Follow us on Instagram at Spooky Scary Show for science and spooky facts. Scare you later.
Bye-bye.
Spooky.